Have you ever put on your VR headset, logged into Gorilla Tag, and thought, hey, can I drink this? No? Well, I have, and today I'm going to tell you what you can drink and what you can't. Let's hop right into our first map. Forest. Forest doesn't have any liquid water, but what it does have is snow, and a lot of it. But is snow safe to eat? Generally, yes, snow is safe to eat and can be melted to get drinking water. But is this snow safe to eat? Well, if you ever played Gorilla Tag in September of 2023 or February of 2024, you'd know in Forest there was a volcano. And it made lava, like a lot of lava. Volcanoes, when they erupt, don't just release lava though, they also release a ton of toxic gases into the air, like sulfur. This sulfur, depending on how high it was launched into the air, can linger from days at low altitudes to months and years at high altitudes. Now, I'd say that's pretty tall, wouldn't you? And worse, because of this volcano's structure, shape, and height, it's likely a stratovolcano. You wanna know how high stratovolcanoes can launch ash into the air? Around 100,000 feet. Why this matters is because acid rain comes from sulfur in the atmosphere. Acid rain. Now, it's less extreme than melting off your skin, but it still contaminates the water. Oh, and you're thinking, okay, but that's acid rain, not acid snow. Acid snow doesn't exist, does it? Oh, it exists. So yeah, maybe don't eat the snow. I'm gonna give Forest a red. Oh yeah, there's 3 tiers, which is red, which is almost completely undrinkable, yellow, which is probably not safe to drink, but you could probably boil it and make it safer, and then green, completely safe to drink from the lake. Alright, next map. Oh, beach. You're like the poster boy for water in Gorilla Tag, aren't you? But is your water safe to drink? First, to answer that question, we have to answer another question. What kind of crystals are these? Now, judging from the hues and texture, and a common crystal, so devs would pick it to be the inspiration, I would say this is quartz. Now, quartz is both found near volcanoes and away from volcanoes, so we can't determine anywhere location-wise for beach. So there shouldn't be any reason to assume that this water has sulfur in it, like Forest. Now, that relates to this water. Let's get back to the main water in beach over here. Now, this water, it goes through multiple waterfalls, and it should be filtered. So it should be safe to drink until it reaches the ocean. Now, when it reaches the ocean, it becomes something called brackish. Now, brackish water is about 50% fresh water and 50% salt water. You cannot drink salt water or brackish water. It will literally dehydrate you more than it hydrates you. So, as long as you drink from about this point and upstream, you should be fine. Now, let's get back to the water in the cave. Is this water safe to drink? Now, this water is still water. We'll get into why still water is bad later, but for now, this gets a green, this gets a red, and this gets a yellow. Alright, next map. If you're enjoying the video so far, feel free to subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It's really the only way to show the YouTube algorithm that you like my videos and that you want to see more of them. I upload almost every day with short, and if you want to see more Gorilla Tag content from me, that's pretty much the only way. So, like and subscribe, and we'll get into our next map. Canyons. Now, canyons, when you take a look around, doesn't really have much water in it. But if you take a look at the vegetation, you'll find something interesting. Cacti. Cacti famously have water in them, so we should be in the clear. Well, this is actually a common misconception. See, the water in most cacti is actually poisonous to humans. This misconception, however, is somewhat based in fact, because one type of cactus, the pointed barrel cactus, is actually safe to drink from. Or, more commonly, the fruit of the cactus, the prickly pear, by the way, it makes amazing ice cream, has a large water content. So, let's see if these prickly pears grow on our cacti. Nope. I don't think this is a pointed barrel cactus either, side by side. So, we'll give canyons a red. Moving on. Caves. Now, caves only has one water source. This river. Now, is this river safe to drink from? Well, to find out if the water is safe to drink from, we have to look at what's around it. So, in caves, there are these crystals. which are most likely amethyst because commonality, so the devs would pick it, and their purple hue. Amethyst is famously found in geodes, which form near volcanoes. So this water likely has some heavy metals and maybe sulfur in it. So I'd give it a yellow. You should probably boil it to determine if it's safe to drink, but if you're really in a pinch, it might be okay. Next map. City. Now, like Canyon, City doesn't have any visible water, but what it does have is pipes. And pipes have water in them. So you might think, oh, we're in the clear, right? Well, let's look at this. Spectral fracking hazard, close by the order of Gorilla Corp. Now this is on top of a sewer. That means the sewers are closed, so the pipes aren't being filtered. So we'll give this pipes and City a yellow. But we have to take a look at cosmetics. The only cosmetic I can find that actually directly has water is this water bottle. It's a water bottle. Of course it's safe to drink from. Green. Next map. Basement. There's no water in basement. Next map. Arcade. Now, you may think that arcade has no water, which on the surface it doesn't, but we do have one saving grace. Vending machines. 5 of them, in fact. Now, only 3 of them have water as an option, though, or some sort of drink. So, is this water safe to drink? Of course. It's from a vending machine. It's obviously safe to drink. Giving this one a green. Next map. Critters. Critters has no water. Next map. Monkey blocks. I mean, it has ice, I guess, but the sewage isn't working, so the ice wouldn't be healthy either. Give it same as City, yellow. Next map. Bayou, aka prop hunt. Now, Bayou is a swamp, and this swamp has still water, and it's green. Okay, maybe it's just algae on the top. Let's take a look underneath. That's still green underneath. Now, why still water is bad? It promotes a huge amount of bacterial growth, fungal growth, and it doesn't remove any contaminants naturally. So anything that goes in there that's unsafe, like bird poop from the trees up ahead, or heavy metals from the players, will stay in there. Now, judging from the fact that it's green, it's probably already contaminated. So, we're gonna go ahead and give this one a red. Yeah, moving on. Next map. Metro has one body of water, the moat. Now, the moat is still water and closed off from any other bodies of water. As well as being next to a big city doesn't help. As well as it being next to a big city doesn't help, because the citizens of Metro could dump contaminants and litter into the water, and it wouldn't be removed because it's still water and it closed off from any other bodies of water. So, we'll give Metro a yellow. Next map. Our last map. Mountains. Now, like Forest, Mountains has a lot of non-liquid water in the form of snow and ice. Now, is this snow safe to eat? Well, yes. It's far enough in Gorilla Tag terms to be separated from the volcano over here. There's really no other reason it should be harmful to eat, so yeah, Mountains gets green. So with that, we can answer the question. Is water in Gorilla Tag safe to drink? Well, sometimes. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.